Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Sorry there's been a little bit of a gap between videos. I've had stuff going on, life stuff and work stuff and a market and trying to restock from the market and steroid injections, which ended up being 2 instead of 1. There's been a lot. Oh, and lunch with Lainey. So, I mean, obviously that took priority over everything else and we had a great time and we must not leave it so long next time. And maybe take some yarn with us next time as well, other than just the stuff I was giving you. But anyway, the reason I've come on today is to talk about my last craft market, which was at Meavy Oak Fair. They do it every year. It's a family-oriented sort of family day out, and it's the last year that my son was there to open it. So his primary school opened the fair every year and it was the last one, so it was a bit emotional, but it was a really good day. Yeah, I had Isabella helping me and she worked her little behind off. She was fantastic, couldn't have asked for anybody better to help me out. My parents came along, Chris came along, Jake obviously was there. So I had my steroid injection 2 days before, so I wasn't allowed to lift anything, and I had my brace on for the majority of the day. And when I tell you, it was hot. It was so hot. It was unpleasant, and sticky, and there was no breeze, and it was just gross. But anyway, we went down at 11. Setup was at 12 and it started at 2. So Chris walked down with Jake, Iz and I drove down, pulled up where we wanted to be, and then Chris unloaded the car and put the tables up and left with Jake because he still had an hour and a half before he needed to be there. And then at 12, Iz and I set everything up. So we had a very kind person who is a dad who has a son the same age as my daughter, so they went to school together, and he helped us put the gazebo up so I didn't have to snap anything into place, which was great. Iz helped me with the table, so I kind of just dragged with one hand rather than lifting, because we had 3 tables. I had a lot of stock, so you had 3 tables, and then we set everything up, and then at about 1 o'clock people started showing an interest in the stall, taking into account that it doesn't open, like the event technically doesn't open until 2. Doesn't mean that you can't sell before that, it's just the time that they give everybody. 2 till 5 is the event time. So we were literally located in, I'd say, one of the best places. So I had bowls next to me, Skittles next to me, and then on the green opposite were all the Scouts games, which are obviously designed for children, and then the barbecues. And I say barbecues because there are about 4 or 5 to, cater to the vast amount of people that showed up. So I was in a prime location. I was the first selling stall on the road. So people were walking past us to then get to the field, which had inflatables and all sorts, coconut shy, smash the pottery, lots of stuff. It's a very village fair, very traditional fair. So it was brilliant. I had the best day, other than the heat. So I'm going to go through what sold. This isn't in order, but I'm pretty sure my first sale was around the 1 o'clock mark. And I did have somebody before that whose daughter came over and her dad was like, let them finish setting up first and then you can see everything that they've got. So that was quite fun. But we were just, it was a constant stream of people. And I really don't know what I would have done without Isabella. So I was on card reader. She was mainly cash. And there was a lot of, because I like to put it into Square. I have missed some things, but I do like to try my best to put it into Square. So she was going, this is what sold, this is what sold. And if it's on a deal, she's like, the deal, blah, blah, blah. And it went quite swimmingly smoothly. There was one hiccup when my mum took over because I had to go to the toilet. And that's where we've missed a couple of sales. So I have a grand total based on my cash box and what Square's saying, but I've missed a couple of sales, so to speak. So there's some things that I haven't written down. But anyway, enough rambling. I have just explained myself for 4 minutes. Hopefully this is recording, because I did try and do this the other day and I forgot to turn it on. So fingers crossed this is actually recording. Anyway, I sold one voodoo doll for £15, one medium bee for £8, 2 flower babies for £5 each, 11 bracelets. So the bracelets are on a deal, so while the earrings, they're both £3 a pair or 2 for £5. So 11 bracelets, 28 pairs of earrings, again on the deal, or I don't know, this is the thing. I'm not sure on that, like what went where. I need to figure out a better way to do that, but I haven't yet. 6 turtles for £8, 4 booty turtles for £8, 1 fried egg for £5, 7 baby axolotls, and I made an error with these. So originally I was going to sell them for £4, and then I decided that actually I wanted to sell them for £5. So all the new ones that I made, I labelled for £5, and all of the old ones, I forgot to take the old label off. So they were all labelled as 4. So some of them were sold for £4 and some of them were sold for £5. So I need to go through those and sort those out. 1 large axolotl for 15, which was the last one. So they are now done, not doing any more of those for the time being. I sold only 1 chicken nugget, and I sold that at a discount. It's supposed to be £4, but I sold it for £3.75 because that's all the little girl had left, and she'd already bought something else. So I let her have the nugget for £3.75. 3 triceratops for £5, which is pretty good going because normally I can't shift them. So I was really pleased with that. And they actually, I think they were all the bright colours, not the traditional, I say traditional, green. Who knows what colour dinosaurs actually were. They could have been pink polka dots for all we know. But anyway, sorry. 3 octopus for 15, 1 on a pre-order, which I have actually completed. I'm just waiting for the lady to get back to me about what eye colour she wants. So I haven't stuffed it yet or finished selling it up. It's a hollow octopus at the minute. 1 Dumbo octopus for £5, which I literally finished making the Wednesday beforehand. I decided suddenly that I wanted to do the big Dumbo octopus that I tested and never actually made any of. So that one came with me. So I was really pleased that that one sold. Both of my chubby pandas for £5. 2 of the stingrays for £6. I thought people would question the price on those, so I was really pleased with that. 7 baby turtles for £4. 4 capybaras for £5. May have been more. They kind of just kept going, so I'm not really sure on that one. 3 of the small spiders for £6. 1 big spider for £15, and that was quite sweet because the lady that bought it came over with it, and I think I'd put 2 out, and I said, oh, I've got 1 more. Are you happy with the colour, or would you like to see the colour of the third one? And she was like, oh, can I see the colour of the third one? Which was, have I got it there? Like the kind of variegated, I think it was that one. Anyway, variegated browns. She decided to have that one. I think she'd picked up a grey one. So yeah, so always, worth making sure your customer is happy with the colour that they have chosen. 1 marshmallow for £6. Both of my little avocados for £6. 4 mushy pops for £5, which I was quite surprised by. I thought I'd sell more of those. 1 dragon for £18. Surprised that I sold any, because they are quite a high price item, so I was really pleased with that. 1 sitting bee for £6. Excuse me. 1 pea pod for £10. 1 penguin for £4. 5 ducks in hats for £4. 1 of the little chicken birds for £4. I call them chicken birds to differentiate them from the actual big, I don't know what that is, big chicken. Yes, I think that's the first time I sold a chicken, so that was great. 3 of the tiny cats, so the little kittens, first time I've sold any of those. 1 small cat for £8, or the tiny cats for £5, sorry, which again I think is the first time I've sold the cat. 1 mushy boy for £7. 5 pens, which were on a deal, so it was either £2.50 a pen or 2 for £4. 4 sticker sheets, which again were £2 a sheet or 2 for £3, and 2 pickles for £4. I meant to work out how many items that was before I came on, so bear with me 1 second. I'm back. Sorry. So grand total of 74 crocheted items, and then 48 non-crocheted items. Just writing. So yeah, I'm really pleased. My grand total was £656.15. I'm not sure where the 15 pence came from, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. That is to date my best market ever. I still can't quite believe that many people decided that they wanted to get something at my stall. I'm nearly out of bags. I've sold out of a few things, like I said, so I don't have any chubby pandas, I don't have any big axolotl, I don't have any avocado left. I've only got one pea pod left. Yeah, there's a few bits that I'm really low on, so I have been making a few bits this week because my wrist has definitely felt the benefit of the steroid injection over the last couple of days. So I spent a lot of yesterday making, which was really nice. It was nice to actually get back into it because I did have at least a week off. But before the craft fair, I did manage to make a few bits. So I made... Did I sell one of those? Sorry, I'm just having a moment. I'm sure I did, actually. I think I sold a long neck dinosaur that I forgot to write down, because I remember thinking, oh, I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna have to check that in a minute. Anyway, sorry. So I made a second saluting triceratops, a long neck dinosaur, 3 chicken nuggets, 1 spider, 4 mallards, 3 seagulls, 3 chickens, 1 chonky dino, and then 6 pigeons, which you guys haven't actually seen yet, but they're packed away. But they're basically the small little stubby birds that I make, just done as a pigeon, and I got a bit carried away and ended up making 6 of them because I thought they were quite cute. And then I had somebody message me the day after the craft fair, I think, and they said, oh, I'm really sorry we didn't get a chance to come to your stall because you were surrounded by people, but would you be able to make a ladybird? So she's a teacher, and last year she bought a bee from me, but this year her class animal is a ladybird. So I was like, ooh, I haven't got anything available now that's tested. I'd have to make up a new pattern. And then I sat and I had a thought about it, and I have twisted the sitting bee pattern, and I came up with this guy. So this is the sitting bee pattern. The only difference is obviously the colours, and I've done a little stripe down his back and done some little patches for the spots, and I'm really pleased. I think it's very sweet. It's hard to see the eyes. They are sewn on. They are it has actually got proper sewn on eyes, but obviously because it's black on camera it's quite hard to see. So yeah, so I'm really pleased. So I think I might add this guy to my list of things I want to make more of. I wrote down the pattern as I went along, just in case, and also so I could go back and, you know, change any mistakes that I'd made, which were a few. I did have to rip a couple of rows out, but yeah, so I've done that guy. Like I said, I've made the octopus, and then yesterday I finished making 7 baby turtles because I wanted to replace the ones I've made, and 5 of the mini spiders. Yes, and 2 kittens, because I had 1 black kitten last craft fair. I'm trying to remember when that was, like 10 days ago, and it sold straight away. That was the first cat to sell. And then almost immediately after, I had somebody come up and ask if I had any more, and I didn't, because they haven't really sold for me yet. I didn't see the point in making lots of them. So anyway, I've made 2 black ones this time, just on the off chance. They probably won't sell now, but I've got them for the future. Plan is to make some more flower babies because I'm nearly out of those. I would love to make more chubby pandas, but I am completely out of white, and I haven't got around to doing another yarn order. and I don't really have time now unless I put it on overnight shipping, which I don't really want to do, and I don't really have the time anyway, because it is Monday the 30th of June today, and on Wednesday it's my birthday, and on Thursday it's the kids' birthday, and then Friday is the craft fair and I'm at work, so I am working Friday morning, then it is my son's sports day, and then the craft fair, school fair, the school fair starts at 5 and I've got to be there 4, so Friday is a no. I don't have time to do anything. I could probably get some stuff done tomorrow, but tomorrow is probably going to be spent doing last minute bits for the kids' birthday, so yeah, I'm not going to bother. There's no point. I could order it now and it could probably be here tomorrow, but Jade's got training, etc, etc, and I don't want to be panic crocheting on my birthday or on the kids' birthday, because that's not fun. So I'm going to go with what I've got. I have also started a snake. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I can't remember. I think I did. I haven't got any further with it because obviously, like I said, I had that time out and I wanted to prioritise making things that I thought I need. So I probably won't, unless I suddenly decide that I absolutely have to. I probably won't make any more of the ladybirds before Friday either. Did I show you him? I feel like I did, and I feel like I asked your opinion on whether or not I should stuff it, but I may not. Excuse me, I may not have. I may have just dreamt that because apparently I am dreaming my days at the minute. Also, excuse me if I sound a bit off. I've started a new medication and it makes me a little bit spacey. So I do feel like sometimes I sound like I'm drunk. I'm not. It is 1 o'clock. Not even. No, it's gone 1. I've just come from home. There. See what I mean? I've just come home from work, so definitely not. But it's about 1:30 on a Monday. Not drunk. Just medication. You should have seen me yesterday. I had a really spacey day yesterday. I'm still getting used to it. But it is doing what it's supposed to do. So that's the main thing. I just occasionally look and sound like I'm away with the fairies. But yes, the beginning of the snake that I started the day before my steroid injection. Yes. And I think it's cute. Obviously, it's not finished. I would like to add another so-and-so on. It's also not tested because it's not finished. But the head is the Digidex dragon. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's called. So I did the head as that, and then I'm just freehanding the, well, I say freehanding the body. It's, you know, it's a snake. The reason being, I had a look on Instagram for some free snake patterns, and I think I tried out about 3 or 4, and I didn't like how the head looked on any of them. So I thought, no, I'm going to do a little head that I know I like, and I love the little head on the dragon. And yeah, I'm pleased with it so far. I think it's cute. So that's something that would be quite nice to get tested next. What else? I bought a cat pattern. Trying to find it. Where have I put it? Where have I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, there. I'm going to grab it 1 sec. Sorry, it just fell over everything. The background is a mess, basically. Yes, big mess. Yes, so I bought a new cat pattern because I really struggle to sell my loaf cats. Sorry, I just readjusted myself on the chair. I have sat very funny. Yeah, so I struggle to sell the loaf cats. I don't know why, but I do. So I thought, why don't I try something else? And this has been in my basket for a little while. Now, they don't have faces yet because I can't decide whether or not I like them. And I also think that actually for the time it took me to make, I'm going to make them in a bigger yarn, and then I can charge what the time is worth. But they're these guys. So they have a little, what do you call it? On the, like a jowl? Is that right? I don't know. I'm not a cat person. They are very cute, and they're no-sew, which is amazing. So you make the tail, then you make the body, and you crochet the tail into it as you go, and then you surface crochet the ears. Brilliant. Really, really clever. And I think the pattern had like 5 variations. So that's just the plain one, and that is using the Yarn Smiths chenille, which I love, and I do want to order some more of for two reasons. I have another reason, not just the cat and the fact that it feels really nice and it's really good to work with. And then this is one of the patch ones. Don't like it. It's me. I know there's a better way to do color changes. I don't know why I'm doing this. I know there's a better way to do color changes. And also I didn't put the ears on in the right place. So he looks a bit like me. Just quite a little bit wonky and a little bit, off. But I want to try it again in, what's it called? Snug. Sorry, like I said, I'm there. And see what kind of size it comes out and how long it takes, because I do find that Snug sometimes is a little bit harder to work with because it's a little bit rougher, whereas this glides so beautifully that it does take less time. So I'm going to try it again. It wasn't expensive, and like I said, you get a fair amount of variations with it for your money. I just need to decide whether or not I feel like it's worth it or not. But either way, I'm supporting an artist by buying their pattern, so it's not exactly like it's a waste. Anything else to tell you? I don't think so. I'm looking and seeing. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if you remember the medium-sized axolotl that I tested. I might have a go at making some more of those as an alternative to the really big one. I haven't decided on that yet either. But I think I'm going to leave the video there because I need to have something to eat and I need to ring my parents and I need to pick Jake up from school and lots and lots of things to do. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there, but I hope you all had a really, really good week and I hope you can get past my spaciness today. Let me know what you've been up to. How did your last craft fair go? Have you got any lined up? I know Lainey's had 2 recently that she's done pretty well at. Yeah, just let me know. Give me some ideas. What should I try next? I am itching to try a new pattern now, just because it's been a while since I tested anything and apparently I am that person. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The Yarn Smiths. I am thinking of remaking, whoopsie doodle, this guy in Yarn Smiths, because I think it will be quicker. I don't want to do it like massive. Chenille, Yarn Smith chenille. I don't want it to be huge. I don't want it to be like a giant marshmallow. Please don't kill me in my sleep. I'm sure you'd be beautiful as a giant marshmallow. I'm talking to the marshmallow because I am mad. But I figure I can, because it's obviously twice the thickness almost of Flutterby, it will work up quicker and then it will justify me only charging £6 for it, whereas that guy takes more than £6 worth of time and material. But I didn't think anybody would pay £10 for something that size. So yeah, that is the plan. Again, I need to put the yarn order in. I don't have the time right now to do it because I don't have the time to play with the yarn and I don't want to order it and then just stare at it because that will make me sad. So when I actually have time to sit and play with the yarn, I will order it and I will show you guys what I get. But yeah, definitely moving over to the Yarn Smith's chenille for some things. Difficult to say. Let me know what you think of this guy. I think the plain one is cuter than the patterned one and it's bigger and it's a better shape. I don't know what happened. I'm assuming it's because of the colour changes. And let me know what you think of this guy and whether I should make more. I do think it's cute. It's going to its new home today, so I had to show them to you now. Anyway, hopefully the audio recorded because there's no green light and I'm really worried. Anyway, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye. I've jumped back on really, really quickly to say that I managed to miss 5 sales off of what I made. Same total, but I forgot to tell you that I sold a bunny, a pink one. I always sell the pink ones. I don't know why. I did sell a long like dinosaur. And I sold one of each of my mystery boxes. So the big mystery box that has 2 plushies in, a small mystery box that has 1 plushie in. Excuse me, sorry, I've just had my lunch. And a jewelry mystery box that has 2 pieces of jewelry in. Large mystery box is £12, the small mystery box is 6, and the jewelry mystery box is also 6. Yeah, I'm going for real this time. Bye.